This is the Outdoor Journey Show, where life takes you outdoors. The Outdoor Journey Show with Matt Gaddis and Ty Morgan, brought to you by Journey Hunts and the Rocky Mountain Elk Foundation.
Welcome to the Outdoor Journey Show. I'm Matt Gaddis, and I'm sitting here in the studio with Ty Morgan. Ty, how you doing today?
I'm doing great. I'm really looking forward to our upcoming interview about GoPro, and we're going to get into that. But today, we're talking about how the proper way, good ways to film hunts, because there's equipment out there that makes it easier, and it allows you to learn as well from, the hunts that you're doing.
Absolutely. I mean, today with social media, Facebook, YouTube, all the different vehicles out there, Instagram, people always want to be filming their hunts, and they want to be putting it out there. And and the equipment's there, the resources, the what do you call it? Just the websites, everything out there on the internet.
All the tools you need are there to make it an actual. Yeah, you can have your own hunting show.
Yeah. Well, and you know what? People have that goal. There's some that want to do this because they're trying to pave their way into the outdoor industry for a show. And then there's people who just want to preserve their memories. So you have both ends.
Yeah. Well, and I think I like too is, especially from the youth side of it, is to be able to capture that hunt without, being dad, having to hold the camera. And really when you're holding the camera, you're missing it.
Yeah.
And with the technology today, it allows you to place it on the weapons, on the bows, and on them and you, to where you're hands-free and you just capture everything. And you really get to experience it, and so does the camera.
Yeah, I don't enjoy when it's just me and one of my kids, and my kid is hunting and they want me to film, because when I'm filming, it's exactly what you just said. I'm not focused on the hunt, nor am I as readily available to help them make decisions and stuff. So I like when I have one of my other kids along who's actually filming so that I can pay attention to the hunt. It's a tough deal.
Yeah,
tough
absolutely,
deal. Journey Hunts, what we do is we film hunts for the sake of just preserving the memory, showing the hunt. It's not for a TV show. We're not aiming at that quality of hunt, but boy, do we have fun with it. We have a lot of fun with filming, and GoPro, POV type of cameras, and we use GoPro. GoPro is a sponsor of ours. Great cameras, and it really helps you capture the moment.
Oh, without a doubt. I mean, as I say, the connection that they can make it hands-free, talking with people. I've seen now, they walk around with them just strapped to their chest, and they're recording their day-to-day things. It allows for more interaction, I think, than the standard, I'm going to hold this camera. It just goes back to that. I really believe that.
It is. And really, GoPro's philosophy is tell the story. They've created a culture where it's all about telling the story. And those different point of views, we put them, like you said, we put them on our guns, we put them on our bows, we film back at us, we film away from us, all of that going on at one time. And so it really does help you to tell a more complete story.
Oh, without a doubt. I mean, what are some of the tricks that maybe you've learned in your course of filming that people can get their hands on today?
Well, first of all, it's a camera. You've got to have the right equipment. And back, just a few years ago, you were talking to film at a TV level of quality, $5,000-$6,000 cameras, but that's changed. In fact, some shows today, they're using inexpensive, just HD cameras. It doesn't need to be HD. And an inexpensive camera today is shooting the quality of what a camera that was high-end 5 years ago.
Right.
And so you can really just get an inexpensive HD camera, and there are people filming TV shows with those cameras. And also the other trend that's taking place right now is not only that front-end camera. Like I have a Sony NX7, which is a good camera, a $3,000 camera, and you can do anything up to a TV show with that. But what people are doing today is there's TV shows and hunting shows out there where they're just using DSLRs. They're just using their regular Canon or Sony cameras, and the video quality, because the lenses are so good on that, it's just incredible. So there's people filming entire shows with just those cameras. So the first thing is you got to have a decent camera. Doesn't have to be high end, but it's got to be HD. And you can really do a lot, or really anything, with that kind of a camera. So the second thing is the more angles, the better it is.
Right.
And this is where a GoPro comes into play. If we're hunting in Africa, we'll put a GoPro on the water hole. We'll have one on the bow facing the hunter, one facing out on the bow, two of them. We'll have another one in the blind facing the hunter from a different angle. So you can do all kinds of things.
And
Angles
with editing software these days, I mean, you can really, make a great home video, just even for friends.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah. Absolutely. And there's all kinds of different attachments too, like GoPro just put out their sports sportsman's attachment, which is incredible. I was just last night actually setting up a bow for my next trip to Africa, and we have 2 sportsman's mounts, one facing out, one facing back. Incredible mounting system. X-Tag is another company that makes great mounting systems for the GoPro cameras, and it allows you to put them just about anywhere you want. So a POV camera really allows you to show that different view while telling the same story. And that's a key. So it's something you definitely want to do. And the more angles, the better, that you're off. And then you were just touching on, once you have the footage, now it's all about editing. And you can use some very inexpensive editing software. You don't have to, like on our Mac, iMovie comes as a part of your Mac setup, and you can use that. But you get to a point, like right now, my daughter, who loves video editing, she's what she loves to do. She approached me a couple weeks ago, and she said, Dad, I have basically gone beyond iMovie. And she's like, we need to get Final Cut Pro 10.
It's usually those kids that do that.
It is. But with like Final Cut Pro 10, people are filming, are editing rather, entire hunting shows. Skullbound TV, Jim Kinsey and Jana Waller. I mean, they use Final Cut Pro 10, and that is what they use to edit one of the top 5 shows in the outdoor world right now on hunting.
Wow.
Good stuff.
It's easy to do, yet you just have to get out there and give it a shot and give it a try. Let's go to our hunter's email bag question of the week. It actually comes from Thomas in Iowa. He asked, if I want to hunt elk into the West, where do I start?
Well, that's a pretty wide open question, because there's really a lot of places to start. But here's my suggestion to anybody who's looking to hunt the West for elk for their first time. Go to a place, Colorado primarily, where you can get an over-the-counter tag.
Correct.
Just come out here and get the experience. You come out here, you get a chance to harvest an elk, great. You come out here, you don't harvest an elk, it's still a great experience, and it lets you get exposed to elk hunting in the West. Then, from there, if you want to do more, then you can start applying for points at different states and looking for a trophy hunt and those kind of deals. But get out in the West somewhere.
Right.
Find your way out there and get on an elk somewhere.
Absolutely. Get it going for you. And Thomas, I want to say a big thank you for sending your email in. We've got a complimentary Rocky Mountain Elk Foundation knife for you. We'll be mailing that. I was going to say email, but we'll mail that to you. And, of course, if you have a question, email Matt at JourneyHunts.com.
When we come back, we're going to have Ryan Chuckle, who is really the spokesperson for GoPro. I mean, his title is Senior Vice President of Business Development, but he's the spokesperson for GoPro, and I'm looking forward to have Ryan on the show.
Me too. I'm excited to hear what all he has to offer. That's coming up next.
This is the Outdoor Journey Show, where life takes you outdoors.